I am doing my personal quote and blog for April 20th, 2022. My quote for today. Underneath the sands of time are stories of lives that have been left behind. What were the dreams that have yet to come? What is still lingering and left undone? Sometimes it is the simplest things. While we have fantasies of wealth and golden rings, more want peace and reach for calm. Some write poetry and become a psalm. In life, it is those things that we leave behind that can help others and allow clarity of mind. When we wait for magic to come our way, we forget that every day is a buffet. Take today by the hand and step beyond what the mind planned. Beyond the familiar is a place that is filled with magic and so much grace. Take what is offered and make it great. There is much to learn when we try to relate. And my blog for today. Well, the bear went through the new fence, destroyed part of the old fence that still needed to be fixed. I heard him in the night, but by the time I saw him, he was not in the fenced area, but outside of it, attempting to get to a garbage can that was empty. Fortunately, it does not take much to frighten them away, but bears are like a drunk uncle that will not leave a party and ends up making a mess out of everything. Once I was awake, it was hard to get back to sleep. So now we are going to have to do more fencing and more reinforcement of the fence, where we did the stronger settings worked, and the bear did test it, but did not get through those areas that we had kind of made more sturdy. Lesson learned. Now we need to redo the retaining wall at one side and then redo the fence in that older area, but the retaining wall needs to come first. At least we have had more rain, and I am grateful beyond words. It is a cool spring, and I have my spring garden in. Other things are still in the greenhouses. They are not happy when it is so cold and wet, but the broccoli is in, the kale, the cabbage, lettuces are happening, arugula, sugar snap peas, and sunflowers. I'm excited to get the salsa garden going and the Asian garden planted, but all things in good time, they like more heat. I am learning so much by being here. Where I lived in Texas when I was a kid, it was so dry and the ground was so hard, it was like clay, that gardening was not something even attempted. But now it is something that is very gently fulfilling. Gardening requires patience and care. Gardening will not change by intimidations or stares. Gardening is when nature bends to the human will. Gardening is about balance of edibles with daffodils. It teaches patience, and when it is the right time. Some things want space and others to climb. We try to give each plant what it needs. We learn that some things are not really weeds. Many things are perfect, just as they are, and other things will end up pickled in a jar. We learn to appreciate the effort that food takes and remember to water, but to close the gates. That is because the critters also want in and have a feast with their next of kin. Thanks, everyone.